Hello and welcome to the Illuminating Crossroads community. My name is Lisette and I will be your guide for this beautiful month ahead energetic alignment. So I went ahead and pre-pulled some cards. I haven't looked at them yet, but I felt called to kind of do this 3-card spread to kind of allow for a little bit more individuality for whomever kind of tunes into this reading. So the way this will work is I'm going to specifically just kind of give an overall theme for the month of May. So you can pick whichever card is kind of calling to you, and then we're going to move into the collective reading, and then we'll kind of thread in some of these little individual sets into our collective read. So I hope that made sense, and as always, feel free to grab a notebook or a journal if you want to jot anything down that kind of inspires anything in you. And please do use your discernment when you're tuning into this reading. These messages are to support you in remembering the gift of your own intuition and to help you kind of find more confidence with embodying what you've already been feeling, or even to provide clarification or illumination on maybe some things that you've been feeling confusion within. So with all that being said, we'll go ahead and dive into the reading now. So we're going to start off with these cards here. So first we have 27, stability, harmony, peace, and fluidity. This is emotional balance. And then here we have the Boji stones. Hopefully I said that correctly. Balance. So if you picked this set of cards first, you are gonna really experience this. I'm really focusing on here, this light in the card. You're going to allow yourself to really experience like a deeper sense of peace and balance between maybe some emotional extremes that you've been going through lately, especially if you have moved through kind of a darker path, as maybe some emotions or past things arose, and allowing yourself to kind of reintegrate those parts of yourself and to really cleanse and purify your emotional body. I'm looking at the birds now, so that is showing me that maybe there will feel a bit more freedom, and really I'm getting this essence of lightheartedness and what it means to allow yourself to find more I don't know why I kind of want to say like to find more safety with or security and acceptance with where you're at now. So it might be really nice, and it's kind of funny because I pulled these 2 stones that I got from the river in Sequoia when I was there. So, and one is like white with little black spots, and the one's all black. So maybe working with one light stone and one dark stone or crystal to support you can be really nice, or just finding practices that really allow you to feel balanced. So is that maybe going for a walk? Is that even thinking of water, like swimming or taking a bath? What brings you peace and what allows you to stay within the space of being flexible? Because this looks very beautiful, and just like kind of looking at the aura of this cup and then the rainbow colors. So if you allow yourself to continue to rise up from maybe these darker or denser places that you were experiencing, you're going to find really new opportunities, and also I'm feeling like new relationships can begin to form within your life. All right, and then we're going to move to the second little group here. So here we have 16, choice, assertiveness, empowerment, authenticity, and personal boundaries. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I didn't even say if you did pick the first group and you're continuing. This is the heart chakra, if that wasn't already kind of known. And then here we have the solar plexus chakra, and we have personal boundaries at the bottom as well. And then how beautiful. The card we have is Libyan Gold Tektite Manifestation. All right, so if you picked this set of cards, the month of May is a very potent time to really be within your personal power. It's a time for you to, I'm really hearing to really assess, like, what have you learned in regards to boundaries over the past few months, and how you are asserting yourself within relationships, and even thinking of, like, are you choosing things that are bringing you like, how do I want to say, when you say yes to something, does it feel expansive within you, or do you kind of feel like, I don't know, like confused, like why are you choosing to maybe do things that you don't necessarily want to do? So maybe that was a theme in the past, but May is providing this gift of, like, really taking time to celebrate yourself and to really see how far it is that you come, what you've learned, and to also know that you don't have to hide in the shadows. You can allow yourself to be seen, and you can trust your authentic expression. And Libyan Gold Tektite being here, this is a really amazing crystal to work with. It's very potent, and also for your solar plexus as well. It has some ties to Egypt too. So this is a month to really get clear on, like, what is it that you want to choose for your future? Because if you really choose things that speak to you authentically and you act from that place that leaves you in your point of power, which is really being grounded as well. So being present in your now and allowing yourself to not just, yes, reflect on what it is that you've moved through, but to really take a moment to really dream and to really envision what it is that you're wanting to ground in, and really sticking to that desire that you have and not wavering with it, and really trusting that even if maybe you're not seeing some of the manifestations that maybe you've been wanting for a long time coming through, knowing that in holding that truth and that choice of what it is that you want to experience, it may not be to a T of what you're imagining or dreaming of, but I think it will be very, very close. And I think the feeling that I'm getting is that if you allow yourself to truly take actions in a way that really honor your personal boundaries and leave you feeling empowered, things are really going to drastically shift for you in the month of May. All right, and now we're going to move to the third little group over here. So the card we have is 37, Seeing, Perspective, Truth, Knowledge, and Clarity. And this card is for your third eye or your intuitive eye. And we also have Clear Quartz Purification. All right, so with this group here, I'm definitely seeing that this Clear Quartz Purification card is making me think that if you are not experiencing an essence of more full clarity at the beginning of May, I would suggest doing some type of cleansing or purification process for yourself. Or if you have a clear quartz crystal, you can take it and you can just do, like, lie down on your back if that's accessible and comfortable to you, and you can put the clear quartz over your third eye and just set the intention that the crystal will support you with clarity and perspective and support with aligning you to your soul's highest vision for yourself now in this physical incarnation. And of course, you can change the words to whatever might feel more resonant for you, but that might be really supportive. But if you are feeling like you do have clarity, really trusting the clarity that you have in the month of May, because there is deep wisdom that you have seen and that you are continuing to see, and it feels like there's a lot of intuitive things that are wanting to, not intuitive, but I guess I should say subtle. There are more subtle things that are wanting to come through to you, and it will actually be really supportive to you in the month of May to be sure that you're creating space to receive this information, be it from your soul, or your higher self, or source, or the Most High, whatever ideology you have or belief structure when it comes to this source or this infinite source that we're connected to. And then I'm really focusing on the trees as well. So the month of May, it might be really supportive to be in nature, so you can really allow your, I'm hearing like your auric field to kind of reharmonize and to honestly balance out all your energy centers. So then as you're getting these intuitive messages and these intuitive hits, your light, that like there's it's coming through in the purest form possible, and then in it coming in that purest way, then you can also express it in a very pure way as well. All right, so here are our collective cards for the overall energies of the month. So all the cards, they did come out reversed, but I went ahead and flipped them upright. So the first card that came out was the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is really showing me that this is interesting. I'm like, okay, I kind of see why there was the three groups. So if you picked the first group with the cup and the heart chakra card, this is there is an invitation if you're still kind of harboring on some past things or within that denseness, like if you're not allowing yourself to kind of lean into gratitude, into that peace, into being flexible, then you could potentially cut yourself off of these opportunities that are coming towards you. So I just felt called to say that for the first group. So, but for all of us as a collective now, there's a lot of emphasis on our emotional body this month of May. So there's a lot of kind of pain points that we had to move through in April, and now we're seeing like possibilities. But the key thing here for us is that we really have to be sure that we're not blocking the possibility for emotional fulfillment and abundance from ourselves because we're getting swept up in our mind or thinking that we don't have enough, or like thinking that we maybe don't have the relationships that we want, or the partnership or connection, really thinking of connection being a key here, or even thinking of like maybe there's this longing or desire for a family, or maybe a reconnection with your family, and maybe that is leaving this sense of longing or even a sense of emptiness. And if that is something that you are experiencing as you step into the month of May, or at any point in May, really taking time to really remind yourself of what you do presently have and all the treasures in your life right now, because that will invite a more expansive perspective for yourself, and that will bring about more flow to where you can receive more, and maybe even receive surprises within relationships that you didn't even know were a possibility as well. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull some archetype cards. So we're just gonna see any potential challenges and how to overcome them. Although I feel like we kind of talked about that. And then I'm paying attention to like how many cups there are in these cards. So I think the feeling that it is giving me is it's a really important to pay attention to all the cups that you have in your life, metaphorically speaking. So not just overemphasizing in one area of life, but seeing all the beautiful different aspects of your life and the components that come together to make your life what it is, because that will support with the feeling of being in this more abundant and receptive state as you move through the month of May. So here we have the ring. We have Alethea. And we have the gem. Okay. So with these cards that just came out, the ring is really making me think of a deeper commitment in the month of May. So maybe this is a commitment with another person. Maybe if you're in a relationship and you've been wanting to kind of take it to the next level, maybe this could be leading towards that with this ring here. And just because we have the 10 of Cups and that being definitely about relationships and fulfillment. But I'm also kind of getting this feeling that it's actually a deeper commitment to yourself. It's this it's this allowance of letting you love you, and allowing yourself to celebrate who you are more, and to also celebrate like where you once were, and maybe even thinking of like, what does it mean to be committed to yourself, and how do you want to like flow through this dance of your life in a more loving way, where I'm just feeling this like really sensual, like allowing yourself to enjoy every part of your beingness, of your body, of your voice, of your expression, of how you see things. So it's like remembering the uniqueness of like who you are and being more committed to allowing yourself to be within that authenticity. So making me think of the second group. All right, and then here with Alethea, this card is really speaking towards this balance, and really allowing for like more than just like the black and white of it, like of perspective. So it's kind of like thinking like, oh, either like I have a whole bunch of friends, but then it's like, oh, I don't have any friends. But then it's like, well, maybe you do have friends, but you just haven't hung out with them in a while, and then you forget that you have them. This is just an example. And you forget that you have them, and then you're like, oh wait, no, yeah, I do have friends. But then it's like going to these extremes. So this is an invitation to come like back towards the center, and to remember that it doesn't have to be this or that, but it can be this and a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and you just kind of have to remember what it means to come back into this center point to where you can not be too far on one side of your perspective, but to allow yourself to kind of, again, like we have said before, to come back to a bigger picture. And this is also showing too, like, especially thinking of the if it resonates with you in the deeper commitment or devotion towards yourself, this is really showing me that there's a balancing in your polarities within yourself. So be it like your masculine and feminine, or in your light and your shadow, you can take it however you want to take it. But this is showing me that there's this very high potentiality in the month of May to find more ease and grace and balance within like the polarity of existence. And because of that balancing, there's no more going towards extremes anymore. And of course that may happen sometimes, but it's a lot less than it used to be for you. All right, and then we have the gem here. So this card is showing me that I'm really focusing on the little worms in here, like in the ground, or the grass, it looks like. So this is really making me think of something that is new and fresh. I'm almost seeing this as an opportunity that you could be given in the month of May that could actually bring you a lot of fulfillment and happiness. And because of this newness, really tuning in and being sure to not go towards, just for lack of better words, like a negative polarity where you kind of get stuck in the dirt with the worms, but you forget, like, hey, but a gem of an opportunity has already sprouted, so you don't have to stay beneath the soil anymore. You can come up, and like, you don't have to be the worm necessarily. You can be the sprout or the bud or the flower, and you can blossom now. All right, I hope that made sense. All right, and then we're gonna just pull a supportive animal spirit message for the month ahead. And I was gonna do places to expand into plus gifts coming in, but I feel like this kind of already touched into that. So definitely like a lot in regards to the month of May for relationships, which I feel like kind of makes sense for the astrological weather, if you will, as we'll be continuing to integrate everything that we experienced during the Mercury retrograde in addition to the Venus retrograde. So just allowing for this flow and this authentic expression, and choosing freedom, like choosing these spaces of lightheartedness and growth, honestly. Okay, so here we have Canary Spirit, sing your own song. And then we have Snake Spirit, time to heal. Okay, so with Canary Spirit, sing your own song. This is kind of tapping back into that like authenticity and just thinking of expression. So this is knowing that in the month of May, there's going to be a lot of new territory. And there's still going to be fragments of some of these maybe old beliefs that are still shedding away, some of these old ways in which you did communicate with others, but there's this heightened awareness of these things. So with Canary Spirit, this is really a deep invitation to know that like in the month of May, how could you like make a commitment to yourself to maybe just for this 1 month, give it a go to just like to do you and like to not worry about what anyone else is saying or what anyone else is doing, but to sing your own song, and your own song being the whole essence of how you embody yourself and how you simply are, because that is very magnetic, and that will allow you to really draw things in towards you quicker that you're desiring to experience or receive. And on that opposite end, with snake spirit, for time to heal, if there are still things that you're holding on to, like if I always love using that analogy, it's like the snake skin is just like hanging on by a little bit, and there just needs to be like a little bit of friction to kind of get it to fall off. And that's kind of what May is giving, right? So it's giving this essence of like potential and hope. And if you aren't feeling that potential and hope, then it's like, where is that fear still? What needs to be held and healed? And maybe do you need some support to invite you back to feeling empowered again and taking the reins again, so you can make the choices that allow you to sing your own song? All right. And then okay, I'm just gonna pull a couple of crystal cards for the collective, and then we'll close out this reading. All right, so Stibnite, hopefully I said that right. That's conflict. Okay. And Hematite, grounding. Okay. So for these two cards that came out, so when I was talking about the snake skin and the friction, I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it when we're moving through conflicts in our lives, but that the conflicts that we experience really do create friction that helps us grow. And if you have watched previous videos, then you'll know I've said before that we are, as a human kingdom, a Ray 4, which is in Ray-centered astrology, or esoteric astrology, if you will. It's just the ray of our human kingdom, which is the ray of harmony through conflict. So it doesn't mean that like we have to have conflict to find harmony, but we kind of move through this threshold of like, it's because our mind can kind of expand things that like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen if I do express myself in an authentic way? Am I gonna cause more conflict? Is this person not gonna like me anymore? Am I gonna seen as like not authentic, but maybe you're being authentic? Like there's all these things that can play out in our minds, and this is just showing like really stay grounded in the month of May, and really allow yourself to come back to just the simpleness of like, okay, is there something about this situation that's making me feel like uneasy or not safe or whatever it may be? I don't know. Those are just examples that came to mind first. And allowing yourself to just express to whomever it is that is part of this experience with you, so that you can invite yourself to heal more deeply, to know that it is safe to express yourself, and to also to kind of just like tap into those personal boundaries, to also know like, is it like if somebody else is experiencing conflict, is it your responsibility to get involved with it? So a good question to really ask ourselves in the month of May is my involvement in this situation for the highest of all involved? And then just see what arises, what you feel, and really trust yourself on what comes first. So really not doubting yourself either. Yeah. So that is everything that I am seeing. I'm just gonna do one last chakra card though. Sorry, because I felt called to. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, just to wrap up. So yeah, so the last little nugget to put a bow on the top of this reading is forgiveness. So letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. I feel like all of that kind of definitely sums it up. So yeah, so if there's things that still need to be forgiven, forgive, speak your truth, ground, allow yourself to continue to heal, be open to new opportunities, to the gift. It's going to be very, 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 very apparent, this opportunity that you get. Or like it'll be a feeling if you don't just like know, like there'll be this essence of like, oh my gosh, like I can't even explain it in words, but I hope that you get what I'm putting out there. Okay, so anyways, thank you so much if you tuned in for this entire reading. I do hope that it supports you on the month ahead, the month of May. And yeah, if you're ever seeking some support along your journey, I do offer private readings, so personal readings, one-on-one, be it with the cards or astrology. And then I do offer Reiki and sound healing as well, to support with kind of getting some of that old snake skin off. All right, so I do show great gratitude for you being here, for you allowing me to share my authentic voice, and to step outside of my comfort zone. And I hope that you have a nourishing month ahead, and we'll just seal this reading with divine love, light, and truth. We are complete. Take care until next time, sending you much love and many blessings until our paths cross again. Thank you. Bye.